telling the other day to try to focus specifically on the three-dimensional plane that is Earth. So we know that Earth is the three-dimensional plane. It's 3, 4, 5, and 6 dimensions. There's dimensions that go up and there's dimensions that go down. I'm not going to focus on that. I'm just going to focus on this part. There is an old Earth there's an old Earth before us, this Earth, and the new Earth, right? It's a multi-dimension. When we're finished with this dimensional frequency that is up to the 24th dimension and down to the negative 24th dimension, it's like a carbon copy. It's like Photoshop layers. It goes bump, 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 and it's the exact same thing over and over again. And that's even harder to explain. This is kind of trying to explain alien origins a little bit. I'm not going to go too far into it, just explaining the alien origins. This is even still a brief concept because there really is no beginning and there is no end. It's continuous. Okay, so with that concept, let me show you what I wrote down. So again, there is no beginning or end, but let's just focus on the third dimensional plane, which is what we would call Earth, but this is like way, millions and trillions and billions of years ago, okay? So if this was all one species, when this became the old Earth and it was about to end, there would be a new Earth that was built. That alien species, some of them didn't cross over. Some of them did. They raised their vibration enough to go to this next place. And the next place is the beginning of this, whatever this species is. When this one got too dense and it needed to end, a new species was created on a new three-dimensional plane, some of them from the original origin, from the next origin, and then this is the birth of this origin. Are you following? Continuing on. So half of these made it. So then there's less of the black and there's a little bit more of the red, a little bit more of the green, and then this is the birth of the purple. And I'm not saying specific species for a reason. I'm just getting a concept out there. So when that Earth, it gone too far and it was time for it to end and move on to a new Earth, there's even less of this species, and there's still just a little bit of this one and this one and this one. It's the birthplace of this species. And the concept continues, and it's a multiverse. This is a whole nother universe. It's all these dimensional planes that continue on. They go all the way up, and the only place that has a physical form is on this three-dimensional plane, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, but 3D is the physicality of which we understand today. So when people talk about their alien origin, it's really the very first soul spark that they came into existence. When we talk about there being, reptilians on this Earth and Palladians on this Earth, our current Earth, and Arcturians, and all of these things, the reason you can be multiple alien species is because you could have started out here. And if you made it over to here, well, you could be this species and this species because you look like them. And then you could be that species, and that species. So if you made it all the way over here, you're still that original species. That's your origin, but you're also this species, this species, this species, this species, and this species. Simply the same way that we are on Earth now and we are humans. We are humans, even if we came from, our origin was somewhere else. Another way to think of this is how America is colonized. You could be, if you took your ancestry, you could be German, Swedish, African, Native American. You can be a multitude of things and still be from Wisconsin. You're a Wisconsinite. I don't know what they're called. I'm a Floridian, so that's what I'm called. But if you looked at my Ancestry.com, I'm a bit of a mutt. I'm from everywhere. Same thing with my alien species. I've been in a lot of different planets. I've been a lot of different species. Doesn't make me not human now. It just means that I carried the trauma and the information from all of those different alien species. Really, when you're saying you're a starseed and you say, I want to go home, that's like being on the new Earth that we're going to and saying you missed this one. It's about living in the current reality and moving forward, not looking backward. The way we're doing things now is different than any of the times that it's been a reset and moving on to the new Earth. This time we're merging, and it's the first time in, again, millions, billions, trillions of years that we've been allowed to do it this way. We're not doing a massive flood reset this time. We've been given a gift of awakening instead. It's the first time, if not in a long time, then it's the first time ever that we've been able to remember all of our trauma and do the past life work to heal all of it on a cellular level, not just energetically see it and heal it, but heal it in our cellular structure as well. Remove all the trauma that causes the illness and all of that. That's why that work is so important. That's why we're doing this thing, to put everything back to its divine order. That hasn't been done before, not like this. Maybe it has at one point, but it's been millions and billions of years since it has.